Well, hello guys, and welcome back to America Island. This is Kusan, and we are watching Kusan Gaming together, and we're playing Transport Fever 2 together. And it is a wonderful day out here. If look at the sunshine on Los Angeles, I'm going to show you some sunshine here hitting the water. There it is, sun shining in Los Angeles, the sun shining in Bay City. The sun's shining all over the place here on the west coast in Seattle. Now, what happened last episode is we had a suspenseful moment there, and we're at that moment where we sent about 1 billion trucks here. But I think we're just going to let it play out for itself, or we're going to be completely brave and not even wait for it to be full. We're just going to say go. Go when ready, and spread yourself out. And hopefully it'll be hopefully we'll get some efficiency in that way, but also I hope maybe we will trick this farm into producing goods for us, because this farm says it's only transporting 2% of what it makes, so we need to improve that. The other thing we can do here in this episode, because as you can tell, our gold, our funds are hitting up here the $40 million mark, and we're making almost $10 million a year some years, and I can only say that is thanks to smart upgrades of trains. Now, a train that probably we should mimic on the East Coast here. The train that goes from New York to Pittsburgh, we can make that one of those fancy high-speed locomotives, although it's not actually, it's only 10 years old. Because that train has been recently upgraded. Well then, what do we want to do? How are we going to improve the lives of everybody? I fear that it is 1904 and we need to start freaking out everywhere and just... I think the thing is, we are going to make automobiles here because it is 1904. We have a steel route possible, so let's get that steel route running finally. It's about time we ship some steel. Steel shipping has been due for a long time, and we haven't done it because we were sort of on the not so profitable side of things, and we're going to have no choice here but to share the common locomotive, the Mogul, as the other locomotives on this line, and state car for steel. I think I liked the first one. Was it the first one that I liked? It was not the first one that I liked, it was another one, and that one would be state car number 2. Here you go. 120 capacity, $7 million. We didn't even set a line for it. Let's build a line. Now, are we going to do 2 separate trains? Of course we are. One train for this material, whatever that is. That is not the... We're going to start with this one here and go down to the steel mill in Los Angeles. Now, I know it doesn't have a turnaround point because we demolished those at one point. We demolished them right after building it. And I'm not talking about this one. This one we never had one. Let's put the one-way directional signal here, shall we? And here you go. You pass through this city. Not to worry. We don't need anything in that city, but we do need to make turnaround points here at the actual mines. Now, if you end up on one of these sides, okay, we're gonna just build you a beautiful X interchange. I love calling these things X interchanges, but I'm pretty sure they're called something else. There we go. Have yourself a happy interchange. And we just need one more on this side of this station, and then we are golden. We are as good as new, and we are ready to ship some ore and coal to that there mine, to that there steel mill. I'm getting all my places and destinations confused. Forgive me if I do that, but this system's getting really complicated with all the destinations possible. I should show you the full beauty of this chart one day, and that day probably is today, but not right now. We are busy building a beautiful train line that goes to the steel mill. So this one can go on that line 1, and we're going to buy another, nope, we're going to make the other line so that we have a line to go on. And that would be from there. So 2 separate trains. We're probably going to double up those trains. So that's 4 more trains on this artery, and then we'll see if we need any more trains on this artery. Because the steel has to go somewhere, and I'm not too sure where it's going to go yet. But I know that you need steel to make cars. And I know that you need steel for a lot of other things. So we'll just do this pretty simply. Take the mogul. I think I put the wrong type of car on that train that we already sent out. That is hilarious, but we are not going to stop that train, we're just going to upgrade it. 144 capacity. I'm going to buy it and put it on line 2. Then we're going to go back and track back our mistakes and fix them. So line 1, it's already time to replace you, my friend. Modify. I think we can just modify you. Yeah, that is less demeaning if we just modify you. 144, that's our goal. Modify for $1 million. Okay. Let's see how you're doing. You clearly, I should not turn you around. That is not wise to do. But I want you to get back on that station and pick up some goods. Let's see, it says that there's 1,600 production. I have trouble believing all these numbers because something's gone on in my game where everything is just, well, guess what? They are now delivering in quantities never seen before. This little experiment has seemed to work quite fine as our train is already getting full. It's not quite full, but it's pretty close to full. Yeah, just wait for this guy to pass you, why don't you? Let's close these for a nice view of what's going on here. This is some train passing up another train. This is the kind of stuff, and these trains are both going to the steel mill, so I believe they're going to have a little bit of a rivalry between those two fellows. By the time you decided to go, this train stop is full. But, you know, next time. We'll get you next time. Or we'll just double you up right away. Well, we don't have that kind of money, so let's go. What are you waiting for? We are going to put some signals in places where I don't know if you should be putting signals. We're going to put them between here and there. It says there's a warning, line 1. What's the warning? Line 1. Of course that signal's not going to work because the train needs to get back in the station somehow. No, keep going, keep going. There is no signal there for you to worry about. I have removed that signal and I won't be putting it. In fact, all signals that are between those X interchanges and the actual stop should be removed. Ah, goodly, goodly. You have made it. You have done it correctly. Now we can put the signal right after the merger, but not before. We'll put a signal, or a pair of signals here, and a pair of signals coming out of the station, just to keep things moving. As I hear trains on everything. I hear trains everywhere. That train is a fast train. Whoa. Okay, put another signals here. We now have yellow buses. So in case you wanted a yellow bus, we now have yellow buses. Well, I'm just putting a lot of signals everywhere because there are so many trains on this line that we just are worried that these trains are going to start stopping behind each other, and that this kind of a mistake is what will get you in trouble, putting the wrong signal. This is actually very meticulous work, if I may say so myself. How's that? Some of these signals are a bit closer to other signals than I would like, so we're gonna quickly and promptly deal with that. There we go. That's still a lot of signals, but you know, who cares? It's good enough. It's definitely good enough. We'll put some signals right here on this last segment of the cargo line, because the oil train and the steel train are now going to be in competition with each other. So we would like these trains to smoothly operate coherently, in a companionship type of way. Okay. Are we good with that? We're very good with that. I even want to double up these trains right away. There's just so much steel to be made that there's 500 steel at that station. Have they gone insane? Is that kind of prosperity happening at the truck stop? Well, we are shipping more. We are shipping more. Is there any food down here? I don't see a lot of food, and I don't see anything has ever been loaded at this station. Oh, come on. Let's make some food happen here. We can upgrade you, right? You are pretty much a guy worth of upgrading, so Denver is your consumer. I understand that. What about Seattle? Is there delivery from Seattle? That's the problem. There is no delivery from Seattle. Well, there we go. That would be the answer to all that problem we had. At least we have figured it out. Let's deliver from the Seattle train station, shall we? That would be simple. The other line I'm going to keep. They don't stop. The oil train does not stop here. So this is a purely food delivery line. Pardon me there. All right, let's buy at least one. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I think it's a matter of diesel. Okay, let's try out this diesel train for Seattle. If they want to try something new, I'm going to give them something new, and that would be line 3. Alright, we should see this food line spring into life. Hopefully, okay, look at that. There's already a lot more food being piled up here. 24 food. There is a lot of trucks on this road too. Now this is not going to work for us. We have a bunch of those fast vehicles trailing behind a bunch of those slow vehicles, so we're going to replace everything. Absolutely everything, and here we go. Talk about war preparedness. We're gathering steel, we're gathering food, we are gathering a bunch of everything. We are bringing tools. We are missing machinery and cars, and I think, and plastic. So that's pretty much And goods. Okay, so we're missing quite a few things, but we want to make all the things happen, not just some of the things. And what we can do now is pay back our loan. How much loan do we have out? 10 million and something. Well, we've paid back our loan. Now we are not losing 100,000 just like that every year. And I am going to wait right here until the first food is brought back. Because if I take a look out here into the distance, Denver East, truck, Bay City food delivery. I did see food there, heading this way. Now, how many passengers are waiting here, and what are they waiting for? They are waiting for the cross-country line, but it's not a full load, so we're not going to panic. Where did these people come from? $1.4 million of tools were just delivered to Bay City. You wonder where we make money from? That is where we make money from. This is what? There goes a full train of coal. I reckon that this is a nice place. There is so many trains coming and going here. If I was to count how many lines are in this one little point, I could show you that. Train lines. We have cargo train oil, west coast. We have cargo train tools, west coast. We have the Seattle Bay passenger, west coast. That actually should be renamed. Seattle to Los Angeles. Or LA, I guess. C to LA. That'll do. Line 2 is what? Line 2 is coal. Cargo West Coast coal. So now I bet you that the East Coast is very jealous, and if I don't think of something soon, I think they're gonna have civil unrest in the East Coast, because we've been, other than minor upgrades here and there, they don't have nearly as many colors of lines and types of trains sharing tracks and all that good business. So cargo West Coast, iron ore. Now, why are we focusing on the West Coast? Is it because the cities are spaced out nicely? Or is it because the train stops line up in a nice way? I think it's a bit of everything. It is a bit of everything. And while I thought that the loop would be the hero of this series, well, it might come to be that way, but at the moment, the loop kind of just sits there. This West Coast, one way to do it would honestly just build up the coast with a bunch of cities and have a nice amount of passenger ferries happening everywhere. Now, I did want to finalize this here waterway now that I have just tons of cash. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. We'll increase the brush size, we'll increase the strength, and we'll dig. There we go. Smooth it out here. Where is the bottom of the ocean? Let's see if this is navigable. This is not yet navigable. Not to worry. Just take it and expand it. Until a time at which it becomes navigable. That there is navigable. Now, do we smooth the bottom of the ocean, or do people not care about the bottom of the ocean? We're gonna try to smooth it. I don't know if we'll achieve it. Something like that. Are we gonna smooth this canal? I don't think we should, but we just did it. That makes it look a bit more sloppy. But also maybe a bit more natural. We're not going for natural, we're going for this is functional. Hopefully these ships understand where to go now. There we go. We have just improved efficiency. 20%. That's just a random number. We have improved efficiency an unknown amount. If you want to see improved efficiency by means of marine editing, here's a way. Get rid of this island. I'll spend 6 million, 8 million, 9 million, 11 million, 12 million, 14 million, 15 million, 17 million. That's all I had. Now, are these ships gonna straighten out their act and go, oh dear, I think that I may have overshot the what we did here. I think that we may have created a platform for a subterranean city, a submarine city that nobody will know about. Okay, at least the ships are going a bit in a better line here, but they're still crossing each other. Don't cross each other, there's nothing to cross here. Everything is gone underwater. All your worries are gone. How about here? Here you do some swerving and whatnot. I'm not prepared to move another island. I only have $400,000. Okay, well, let that be a lesson to anybody coming in my way by means of island or other. Now we're gonna smooth it out. Now's the time to smooth out this ocean business. No one will know that I was here. In the future, children will think that this is the normal way things were. There we go. Okay, I see oil piling up here. I see rocks piling up there. I even see food piling up here. And I love to see things pile up. How about this boxcar? 35 food. Well, I would exclaim in a very happy fashion right now if I knew what to exclaim. Hurrah! I exclaim hurrah. This has been one good delivery. Because now we're going to make money in both ways. Let's pull up this here balance sheet. We are only losing money on 2 lines. Believe it or not, the West Coast iron ore line is losing 1.3 million. Why would that be? That would probably be because it has not yet reached its destination. By the time it reaches its destination, you can pretty much rest assured that we're going to make money. Now, I think, wait. We had this special format on where it doesn't show us all the lines. Okay, we are losing money on a bunch of lines. I'll take it back. But we're also making money on a bunch of lines. There are 4 lines making over $1 million. The West Coast shipping makes $10 million. But at this point, it's not a cheating type of system. It actually brings oil into a functional rail system. Now, I would like to clear off some of these filters here so we can enjoy this this tableau of different lines traveling about. Okay, what is our, look at that, even our food. Okay, this is our West Coast lumber. Our food delivery to Denver, 200,000. Our food delivery to Bay City, 300,000. Our biggest loser here is the iron ore, the construction on the East Coast, the tools line, which is sometimes a loser and sometimes a winner. Boston's trams are constant losers. Line 3 is it says it's a loser, but I'll tell you what, this is the line that saved our soul. This is our delivery truck in Seattle for food. So that saved our butts big time. Our butts were on the line, and well, that sort of saved our butts. Okay, I'm going to take a short pause here and come back to you with more great city planning and all that. Alright there, we are back here in Transport Fever, and I have quite an interesting twist of events going to happen for you here today on this here episode, instead of, well, messing around with lines and vehicles and all those sorts of things, it is 1906. First of all, I think we should change the game speed to 1/4 date speed, because now we're in an interesting epoch. If you know what I'm talking about, I would like to. The twist I'm going to give you on this episode is what are we going to do? We're going to make this loop line area a pretty interesting area to be in, because I've been sort of on the west coast and on the east coast, and I haven't really been in the flyover country, if you can call it that. And I'd like to be there for a bit. But we're not gonna do any line sort of thing. We're gonna place some towns. Now I did some preparation for this part, and I have some major American cities that I think belong on this map. First of all, we have cities like that are really big cities, like Houston and Phoenix and Las Vegas. But we also need those small cities that give America the character it has. Kansas City, I'm talking, maybe Omaha, maybe something else too. I wrote down a list of names. Let's start putting cities, and we're gonna do it relative to Washington. We're gonna put almost too many cities here in the loop, and I hope it's not gonna wreck anything. Some of them are gonna be small. Okay, let's go with small. Pittsburgh. Beside Pittsburgh, between Pittsburgh and Washington, we're gonna place a city right here somewhere. How about right here between Pittsburgh and Chicago? That's Indianapolis right there. You didn't think I'd start with Indianapolis? Well, I started with Indianapolis, and I have to focus to write this down. Hold this. Indianapolis. How many N's does that have? Well, you'll stop me if I do something wrong here, but okay. Now I'm gonna try to do a city between every city. Can we put a city up on top of this plateau here? That would be something. What city belongs on top of a plateau? You might be wondering. I don't know. We'll probably look at that. There's even a farm up here. I don't like that there's a farm up there. That makes no sense. I'm gonna destroy that farm. There should not be a farm up there. Maybe Columbus can go there. We'll think about it. I have a city already from. We have Cleveland over there, so it wouldn't even make sense what I'm doing. It don't matter. All right. Over here next to Dallas, well, we need a Houston, but that's outside the loop. We need in the loop. Let's stay in the loop for now. A city between Dallas and Albuquerque. Name me a city between Dallas and Albuquerque. Phoenix, right? No, Phoenix is on the other side of Albuquerque. So is Las Vegas. So there's a lot of cities to be put here. I'll put them. Okay, we need a city that's a big size city. Let's give it a medium-sized city. Let's put Kansas right here in this yellowish part, and it's gonna be a big city, because that's the Midwest. You couldn't align that better. Not only that, it's trying to give me a San Antonio. I do want a San Antonio, but we need a Kansas City here. I promised you we'll be placing cities on the turn of the century, and the turn of the century has arrived. Right here, I'm thinking, actually, let's get out of this loop. We're not restricted to the loop. We are happy anywhere we are. Here, south of Los Angeles, San Diego, right on the beach. Now we'll do a small one for this one, I think. We also have the option of tiny, but we don't want tiny. Look at that. That's a city. You just destroyed him. You just destroyed that man's farm field. I hope you regret that, son, because that was providing you food, and now you want goods and fuel here in San Diego. So San Diego, there's gonna be a bunch of Sans and Santas, because we need a San Antonio and a San Jose, or maybe not. But I do want to put. We said this looks like Alaska at one point. We're gonna rename West Jordan, because I don't know what that is. Anchorage? Is that Anchorage. That's a city. It's a small city. How many people you got there? 89 people? Editor. We can make you smaller too, but why would we do that? Set it back to 69. That's wonderful. Okay. I'm almost running out of places here, but we're gonna fill it up with cities like you have never seen filled up with cities before. Now, Minneapolis, you belong somewhere here in this valley, but between Denver and Chicago, in the really short distance between Denver and Chicago, we're gonna put Minneapolis. At least there'll be a city, and it's a small city, but at least there'll be a city right here by this train line. Minneapolis. Now we have two different cities with that polis ending. I think we better stop putting cities with polis ending. So forgive me, Annapolis, but you're not making it on this list. Okay, here's a place for a city. I think we are maxing it out here, aren't we? Salt Lake City. Again, that's on the wrong side. Well, I can't put all the cities between there and there. Then you'll have too many cities. Los Angeles. Okay. Los Angeles, followed by Las Vegas. Let's put Las Vegas here on the coast. We've gone and done it. I should have made it a bigger city. Let's bulldoze this city. $8 million? That would be cheating, but this is the case in which I'm gonna $8.4 million, and I have $8.8 million. Just remember, we actually have $8.8 million in our bank. I'm going to delete that city. Did it charge me? It didn't even charge me. Well, happy days. There you go. Free city demolitions happening all over the place now. We'll make Las Vegas a bigger city. That's what I wanted to do. I don't know why, when we're placing these cities, that none of them are getting the grid pattern. Las Vegas. There we go. And then one more city out here somewhere. Salt Lake City. Now, you'd reckon we'd need a lake for that. What if we put it here? Somewhere right there. No, somewhere up here, actually. Somewhere tucked away. I better demolish this road. It's going to start using this road as if it's some kind of a main artery for the city, and we don't want that. We won't. Actually, watch this. I am now doing things a bit smarter. We're going to put our roads first, and then we're going to put our city. Now, I do believe this city is going to try to demolish all this farmland, so we're going to have to stay away as much as we can from that type of behavior. Okay, that is parallel, I think. I hope. What are you doing here? A tunnel? Let's, okay, well, can we get less slope here on any of these, here pieces of road? Probably not, but it won't hurt to try. Do less slope. Very nice. That's a bit less slope. Is it straight? One of these roads is straight. Bring you back a bit before you bring you back forward. A lot. A bit. There we go. Now I pray that that is perpendicular and parallel and all that. Another small city. Now these small cities will do us a lot of good when oh, there we go. A perfectly grid-like city. Salt Lake City. I'd love to see that. All we need is a lake. Don't worry, we'll put a lake. It might not be accurate how this is all playing out, but we're in the ballpark here. So Dallas, and then there's a Houston. We can put the Houston right down here, right on this beachfront property. And the good news about beachfront properties is that we can get ships doing some of the shipping. I'll put it that way. Some ships doing some shipping. How nice would you be to me if I started you from No, automatically you've gone and found a way to make everything around you crooked. How about that there? Is that... If this road has gone veered off, you're veering off. Can we veer back in? Veer back on here. Okay, that's a curve. I do see you, what you're trying here. You're trying to insert this curve any way you can. I understand your predicament. Do you understand my predicament? Now, do we go ahead and do we level this out here? Do we bring justice to all the surrounding township? Let's increase the brush size and the strength and bring some... Okay, it's not doing what I want it to do. Let's smooth it out then. Oh, there it is. This is improvements. This is many improvements. Okay. Perfect. Next step, place the city. Or finish the road network. What would you want? If I finish this road network, it's gonna go... it's gonna be crooked whether I do it or not. False. It's gonna be straight if I do it, and it'll be crooked if I don't do it, so it's better off I do it. There we go. That's a city. We're ready for a city here. What did I say? Houston? Houston, we have a city. It's found every single possible place it could put a curved road. It went and put a curved road. Well, I also had an itch to do some remodeling of cities, so, I mean, that's pretty much, you're giving me that work cut out for me there. I'll be remodeling you pretty soon, I imagine. Just don't build any more roads. Stop building roads. I do not want these roads, maybe, but because you're on a mountain, so you have a justifiable cause to be curved. But these other ones have no justifiable cause. Right, that's Houston, Salt Lake City. Okay, let me take a look here at what we have. How many more cities do you think we need? Well, we need maybe a few more cities. Okay, that's a good amount. That you have clearly counted and given a specific number. I just want more. Atlantic City, here we come. This one, curvy? Not curvy. Not curvy. Well, this is good. And it was good. There we go. You pretty much almost had it. You almost had a straight road when your forefathers planned you, but you've gone and you've acquired a loop. Atlantic City in New Jersey. Here we are. But the thing is, you're further south than Philadelphia. Well, this is where things start getting messy. It's where people are gonna... I hope nobody comes after me for my geographical teleportation of cities. How about we make Atlantic City a small, tiny city here? Just a... Oh boy, why did you... This is beachfront property. This was supposed to be for casinos and harbors and stuff. Well, there you go. There's our Atlantic City. Don't you worry. We have a lot of cities being called cities. We have New York City, Atlantic City, Kansas City, Salt Lake City, Bay City. We have a lot of cities. Maybe that would, maybe those will be the airport cities or something, because that could make it exciting. Now, do we need more cities in the loop? Well, guess what? I just thought of something. No, I didn't think of anything. And we need a city here. We're gonna have a loop inside a loop. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a train station in Indianapolis, then a city between Denver and Chicago. Oh, that's Route 66. There must be many cities between Denver and Chicago. But I wouldn't happen to know any. Well, how about Omaha? That's probably wrong. How about St. Louis? How about... Okay, we have to sing the song. This is the first I'm going to be singing here. Route 66. How does that song even go? Now I'm singing hold on. We'll place the city. Don't you worry. San Bernardino. That's one city. How is it? If you're heading west, take Route 66 from Chicago to LA. Don't forget Winona. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna sing you the song, but I forgot how it goes with this here. Get your kicks on Route 66. You go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri. Oklahoma City is mighty pretty, you see. Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Oh yeah, that certainly helped. That right there tells me all the cities we need. No, I'm just joking. That tells me one of the cities we need, but I'm pretty inspired to put all of them. All right, so what do we have there that was good? Uh, St. Louis, obviously. There we go. How do you spell that now? I could sing it. I can't really spell it. Just kidding. Just put the capital letter in its place and you're good. There we go. St. Louis. St. Louis. What the heck am I even saying? That was un-American to me. St. Louis. There we go. I don't know what state that is in. St. Louis. I'm just gonna moving on. Moving on. I apologize. It will get. I will. Kansas, the one next to Missouri. Anyway, let us put the next city on that list there. They said Oklahoma City. Am I right? Well, Oklahoma City might come here. Might be here. St. Louis to Oklahoma City. And then we need one of those San Bernardino probably will go at the end of the line. It's Chicago to LA, so San Bernardino would be before LA. Well, there's not much room there, is there? All right, put Oklahoma City. Just put it there. Is this too many cities? No, 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 wait a minute. You almost had it perfect. Don't start putting cities without the roads. Put the road in and then put the city. Look at that. From downtown Denver, which isn't on Route 66, to downtown Oklahoma City, that is on Route 66. Maybe we'll put it beside this hill here, with a little bit of one of those, and another one, and a little bit of just a straight road here. Kansas City. Oklahoma City and Kansas City been close to each other. Does that bother anybody? Nobody that I know of. We'll just put the city in and be on our way. We could always delete cities, but what good would that do? That would clean up the map a bit. You are South Bend. Nope, you are on the bend though. Got that right. How do people feel with Oklahoma going to be this close to Washington? What about Memphis? That's on the other side. Okay. Oklahoma. I am butchering this map. Oklahoma City. They could pretty much walk from that city to that city. You know what? Because I want to do a loop inside of a loop, which means Indianapolis, St. Louis, Oklahoma City, with Kansas City, maybe both in one station, which doesn't make sense to anybody. Memphis City. Memphis is not a city, it's just called Memphis. Just call it Memphis. Is Nashville on a hill? Because we need something on this hill. There's plenty of cities out there that we can put on a hill. Let's calm down and put our dearest of Memphis on the map. On a straight piece of road. I should have done this for all the other cities, but now we're going to get some variety. And we're also going to get some opportunity to fix things, which is always nice. We'll just put this in here like that. Bend? You do want to bend. I know you want to bend. I know you want to curve up everywhere, but we're gonna not let you do that until a time as we see fit. So put that in there. Put that in there. And then intersect this guy, maybe? Maybe not. It's one of those almost grid cities. This is going to be one of those not grid cities, but on a portion of road. Okay, we'll just see what it gives us. Another small city, or do we want a bigger city? Let's give it a bigger. Let's make it a bit bigger. That's way too big. And you also have a factory in the middle of the city. Machines factory. Well, they'll be making machines in Memphis. Probably these machines are record players. I love it. I love what you've done with the place. So, how much of a loop are we going to get out of those cities? Do we want a city on this hill? I would need to figure out what city fits on a hill. And that's the last city I'll be putting inside the loop. There are too many cities here. What about if can I move Kansas somewhere? Why would you move it? It's in a good place. Because they're too close. Or put Oklahoma in this wedge here, in this farm wedge. That would actually... I am gonna delete Oklahoma. Apparently it's free to delete the city you just placed. So I'm gonna make use of that. But we're gonna put Oklahoma a bit inside here. Give it its own distinct character. And also, Route 66 is gonna be this here route. Is it? No. Is it that route? Well, it's kind of both. This is Route 66. It goes to Albuquerque, which is not historical, but goes to Albuquerque. Put your Oklahoma City. Stop talking about where things go that aren't even real. This is a game, and we'll call it Route 69 if we need to. We'll call it something else. We'll give it any number from 1 to 100, and it'll be good. Now, how many farm fields are you gonna exterminate if you place a city in this cute little corner? You don't make it big. It was a small one. It was definitely a small city. There we go. One farm field removed. I don't know if it was necessary. Look at that. That road. It was unnecessary. Forgive me, sir. I'll put my field back where you belong. Here we go. We have that asset. It's about time we used it. So this is the asset. We can put wheat. We can put soil. Let's put soil. We can put trees on one of the sides. How about the now what do you consider the left side? Is it this side? That's the left side. Well, how about this side then? That would be the side. And the size? That's another thing. Another thing. Here we go. Now we can make it bigger on the Y side. It's almost as if I wasn't here. There you go. I did spend personal funds for that. That was company funds filling that field. We can name it. We're going to call it the America Island first crop. Or just the America Island crop. The America Island field. Let's be general about it. It might get demolished by the next piece of road this city decides to place. And this road, surprisingly, didn't destroy anything. That was nice. You know, if they want curves so bad, I'm gonna give them a curved road. But this time it's a designated curve. It is a necessary, deliberate curved road. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. Put the curve in. You know those curves they have near farm roads. If you've been out in those parts, near the cattle field and all those parts. You've gone and named it Albuquerque. 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 It seems like I have misspelled Albuquerque. No problem. Now we know what we've done wrong. We fixed our mistake, and we will rename you back to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. Now, what is west of Washington? It's that Maryland place. We're pretty far from the water. Baltimore is on the water, I believe. What else do we have? Pittsburgh is here. I don't know of any plateau cities. But we do need a city here. Otherwise, I won't be calm and I'll take things the wrong way. Look at this. A second loop coming on the inside of these cities. Maybe through some of these cities. Memphis, I can tell you're going to be a challenge. I put you kind of well. There's a factory there already giving us problems, so we're going to have to work with what we have. Okay. Well, I think that was good progress for this episode. I'll be placing more cities. In fact, let's let's talk about at least a few more cities here on the bay. Bay City, San Jose, and San Antonio. We need all those cities. But you know what? We'll put cities in as we play. We are going to start working with this next episode. And in next episode, you will find a city on this hill, or we'll do it together. But by God, I swear, we are going to get a city up on that ridge plateau thing. And then we just have some of these cities like Minneapolis, sort of just hanging out inside the loop. But I'm not putting a train stop there. That would be insanity. Because that's a curved part, and the train station is straight. And we know what happens when you mix curve and straight. You get a whole bunch of mess. Alright. It was a pleasure to have you on board here on America Island. I bid you farewell and see you on the next one, my dear friends. Goodbye.